Hello and welcome to This is Paris, your weekly visit behind the scenes with French champions Paris Saint-Germain. Coming up over the next half an hour, the players talk us through the Week 3 victory over Angers at the Parc des Princes. We drop in on new under-19 coach Thiago Motta to see how he begins his career on the bench. We talk attack with Neymar Jr. and the rest of the Paris goal-scoring armada. And we find out what the captain and coach think about the Champions League draw. There was a very special guest at the Urdu Training Center in the form of Jimmy Butler, star with the Minnesota Timberwolves, an unconditional fan of Les Rouges et Bleus. He was welcomed by Paris Saint-Germain legend Maxwell, and the two watched training together before the NBA star caught up with idol and friend Neymar Jr. for a penalty shootout and free kick session with a difference, with his friends, as well as KM7 and NJR.
Yeah, I'm good on that That don't count. I don't got my cleats on. I don't got no cleats. I was ready. Side to side. Si c'est Paris.
Voilà.
I'm half French.
Excitement was building at the Parc des Princes ahead of the Week 3 home clash with Angers in Ligue 1. A first chance for the home fans to see the capital club's World Cup winners in action, starting with the new number 7, Kylian Mbappe. NBA basketballer and huge Rouge et Bleu fan Jimmy Butler was back for his first ever match at the park, and he was on hand to wish the players luck for the game.
If y'all can't tell, I'm really excited, like probably overly excited. I'm ready to watch Neymar and Mbappe do their thing. I'm so happy to be here, so happy to be here. I'm a fan, you know, it humbles yourself knowing that you can't do what they do. I can't do it. I tried. It's just not for me, but the way that they go about it is just so fun to watch. Number 10, I mean, he's my favorite player. I really love him as a human being. And to me, say what you want, but he's the GOAT, and I'll argue anybody down about it.
In goal for the match, World Cup winner Alphonse Areola returned to the starting 11 for the first time this campaign. He's enjoying life alongside Italian legend Gianluigi Buffon. With Gigi, we have a very friendly relationship. I see him like a big brother. With all his experience, everything he's done during his career, I want to benefit from all that. Listen to what he has to say and make the most of working by his side every day. Before kickoff, Neymar Jr. and Edinson Cavani were presented with their trophies as top assist provider and top scorer in Ligue 1 last season. And both were in the starting 11, as coach Thomas Tuchel began the match with a three-man defence comprising Thiago Silva, Presnel Kimpembe and a first-team debut for Thilo Kehrer. while Brazil international Marquinhos occupied the holding role in midfield alongside Adrien Rabiot. A great pass from Thiago Silva set Neymar free down the right, and he set up Cavani for the opener. It's always important for the strikers to stay in contact with the goal, because that's how you keep up your confidence. And today it took 12 minutes for the team to help me score, and I'm very happy.
L'équipe pour me faire marquer et je suis content.
We started very well for the first 10-15 minutes, and then we started turning over possession too easily. The opposition were playing 6-3-1. It was very difficult to find players in between the lines, and they deserved to equalize and make it 1-1. After Areola denied Ndoye with a smart save, the referee awarded a penalty for a foul on Tate, and Mongani duly tucked away from 12 yards. It's true that for a return to action there was a fair bit of work today. We were trying a new tactic at the start, but there was plenty of work, and I needed to stay focused right to the end. We haven't played often with this formation, but I think the most important thing is the attitude, the desire of the players. And even if it's a new formation, everyone has to give it everything. When we didn't have the ball, we had to defend with 4 at the back, with Thomas on the right and Angel in midfield. And when we attacked, we had Thomas on the right and Angel the left. But we lost too many balls for it to work, so that's why it wasn't possible to play with these two systems. The team switched to a 4-2-3-1 at half-time, and it took just 7 minutes of the second half to move back in front. Di Maria providing his 3rd assist in as many games, as Kylian Mbappe netted his 3rd goal of the season with a superb finish. The second half was much better. We started finding the players in between the lines, and we deserved the win. Kylian went close to adding another before he and Rabiot combined to set up Neymar for a brilliant 3rd. It's great that our attackers all scored. That's really good. There was still time for former Paris youth player Wilfried Kanga to draw the best out of Areola. It's really good to be out there because my last match was before the World Cup in late May, and I really needed to get back on the pitch. Training's all well and good, but there's nothing like playing. In an entertaining finish, both sides could have added to the scoring, as it finished 3-1 and a 3rd straight win to start the season for Tuchel's men. I think it's great the squad is happy, that there's a great atmosphere in the camp. Us, the players, the coaching staff and the fans. And we need it to stay this way. strong and united, always thinking as one, as a team, because I think that's the only way you can reach your full potential. In the opening day 3-0 win over Caen, no less than 7 TT Parisiens, the name given to the youngsters from the academy, were on the pitch at the Parc des Princes, the most since 1977. It's a real achievement. It's great, because at Paris Saint-Germain these days, it's Neymar, Thiago Silva. There are only stars. So it's magnificent when the youngsters from the academy have the opportunity to play in the first team. It also shows the quality of the academy. It's very important, and it shows the youngest players that it's possible to go all the way and play for Paris. Paisley knows what he's talking about. He turned down the fabled National Academy at Clairefontaine to play in the Paris youth ranks. All he ever wanted was to wear le rouge et bleu. I was born in Paris. I'm a real Titi. And I joined the club when I was 9 years old. And you watch the first team on TV and you think, I'd like to be there at least once. And then that day arrives, and you don't fully realize it. You say, here I am in this incredible stadium. Because even if you're not Parisian, this stadium is incredible. When you see all the people in the stands, it gives you a real thrill. But you also know you're there to play, so you get on with it. It's not the end goal, but you've worn the colors that meant so much to you, that are in your heart. To this day, a loyal supporter of Les Rouges et Bleus, Paisley is excited by the tactical innovations he's seeing under new coach Thomas Tuchel. I think now is the right time to try new systems like 3 at the back. You have to admit, when you see Presnel, Thiago and Marquinhos and Kerrer at the back now, you have to get up pretty early in the morning to get past them. And then to see Angel Di Maria on the pitch with the MCN, that could really be spectacular. It's up to the coach now to find the right formula. He has the players to do it, and I wish him all the best. When you have a team capable of holding the ball, you don't get them to play a different style. But I think above all, he wants to create a real team spirit. And perhaps that's working. When we see his song after the Trophée des Champions, it's the little things that help create something special, because that's the hardest thing, to give the squad a soul. This closeness to the squad is a good thing, because some players need more affection than others. But when you're really able to connect with your players, they will go to war for you.
Quand tu arrives à toucher au bon endroit le joueur, ça le fait, et puis il ira à la guerre pour toi.
Coming up, we take a front row seat for new coach Thiago Motta's first match of the Under-19 season. Under new coach Thomas Tuchel, Paris have started the campaign on fire. We talk tactics with Neymar Jr. and co. before finding out what the coach and captain think about the Champions League draw. On Sunday morning, after the Paris Saint-Germain first team defeated Angers at the Parc des Princes, the club's under-19s, several of whom featured during last month's Asia's summer tour, locked horns with USM Saint-Germain on the opening day of the Under-19 National Championship. After a glittering career as a player with Les Rouges et Bleus, former Paris midfielder Thiago Motta has swapped his player's jersey for the coach's tracksuit and a place on the youngsters' bench. First team captain Thiago Silva was in attendance to support his friend and former teammate.
Team, continue team. Monte team. Viens Richard. C'est nous là team. Tanguy. Joue maintenant, joue.
After an early opening goal from Arnaud Calimen-Dominga, les Parisiens doubled their lead through Alexandre Fressange on the half hour after the Saran keeper only just kept out Adil Aouchiche's free kick. Mondiugu Fadiga made it 3-0 just 7 minutes before the break. With the first team sporting coordinator Maxwell and assistant coach Zumana Camara, both former teammates of Motta, watching on, Paris were never headed. And with 3 minutes left to play, Kees Ruiz's penalty put the finishing touches to a fine 4-0 win. It's important and good for the confidence. We need to keep going like this and never give up. Everything went well. I'm very happy for the lads. I think we played very well, especially in the first half. In the second half, we made a few too many avoidable mistakes. But above all, I'm happy, especially for the boys, because they really deserve it. They've trained very hard. They've had a good pre-season to start the campaign well. I'm very happy to start my career here at Paris Saint-Germain. I'm learning a lot with the kids. We have a very talented side, but also a lot of humility. Now we need to create a strong collective, a strong team. It's crucial to have that team spirit, and I think it's where I can really help this side progress. It's really good to be coached by such a great player. He has so much to teach us, but he's pretty tough with us too. The Paris Saint-Germain women's team also played their first competitive match of the new season away to rivals Fleury. PSG caught up with coach Olivier Echouafny on the eve of his competitive debut on the bench for the capital club. The aim, whether we're playing Fleury or anybody else, is to win the match. We play every game to win, in the League, in the Coupe de France and the Champions League. We're ambitious and we need to show it. Winners of the Coupe de France last season and qualified for the UEFA Women's Champions League after a second-place finish in the Championship, the girls were determined to make a winning start to the new campaign. I feel really good and ready for Saturday. It's important to start with a win, get straight back to winning ways. The most important thing is the team, the squad, and that means starting with a win on Saturday. France international Grace Guillaureau was brought down in the box with fellow tricolor international Eve Perisset converting the resulting penalty for the only goal of the game. A winning start for the girls then, who take on derby rivals Paris FC next up at the Stade Jean-Bouin on the 9th of September. Paris have a perfect record, 3 from 3 wins in Ligue 1 this term, and coach Thomas Tuchel has already tested several new tactical formations, a challenge that the players are relishing. I think these changes are very positive. Sometimes you need a plan B, if we can call it that. There are a lot of different opponents. The season is very long. A Champions League match is very different to a home game in Ligue 1. Some matches we're up against sides defending with 5 or 6 at the back. Sometimes you need a different formation to try and break them down. In the Week 3 clash at home to Angers, Paris began the match with a hybrid 3-man defence comprising Thiago Silva, Kimpembe and Kehrer. Of course it's different because the movement isn't the same when you play with 4 defenders. Thomas Meunier was getting up and down the right, attacking but also defending to complete a 4-man defence. The team has also played successfully with 2 holding men in midfield, such as in the triumphant second half away to Guingamp in Week 2. When you play with 2 in midfield, we just have to play really simple, offer support to the attack, back them up, because in that formation there are 4 very offensive players, really there to attack, and those 2 in midfield are also there to prevent the other team counter-attacking. The coach has made no secret of his desire to see a maximum offensive elements on the park, including a central playmaking role for Neymar Jr. Our coach knows what any given player is capable of on the pitch. I've already played this position, so it's no problem for me. We're all ready to play how the coach decides. I'm very happy to be a player the coach is counting on, that he wants to play. And that's also very important for me too. I think it's hard to find anything better for the fans, because it's such an attacking side. We have the players to play this way, and we want to keep working together to get it right. If the coach is trying this, it's because he wants us to play this way. Now it's up to us to listen to him, to listen to what he wants, and show that it's possible. Paris Saint-Germain celebrated the 45th birthday of coach Thomas Tuchel with a special tribute from the club's groundsman. And then the squad hit the pitch to fine-tune preparations for the Week 4 Ligue 1 clash away to promoted Nîmes Olympique. The UEFA Champions League handed Les Rouges et Bleus a mouth-watering Group C, including Italians Napoli, last season's finalist Liverpool, and another former winner in Red Star Belgrade of Serbia. If you want to go a long way in the competition to reach the final, you have to play the best, and I think the team is ready. I'm proud of this team, and that's important. We'll meet up again with Carlo Ancelotti, and we have to approach the game in the best possible way. We know it will be tough, a hostile atmosphere, and we'll have to be focused on what we want to do and what we need to do to win.
It's always complicated to play against Italian teams, and especially against Napoli with Ancelotti, experienced coach, and a very, very competitive team on the highest level in the last years. There's maybe one of the hardest teams to play against with Liverpool, the last year's finalists, and with an unbelievable crowd, and also in the away stadium with their speed and transition game, like one of the favorites to win it.
You can see that all these teams have great footballing histories and demand respect.
Your home games are super important, and of course for that we need the spectators, we need an extraordinary crowd, but I think we have that, and there will be no doubt that we have this, and when the lights are on at Parc des Princes, you don't want to be the away team.
It's magnificent to play at the park, and while all 4 teams in the group have great fans, Paris Saint-Germain have the best.
Abonnate al canal de YouTube de Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne YouTube du Paris Saint-Germain.
Subscribe to the Paris Saint-Germain channel.
Inscreva-se no canal do YouTube do Paris Saint-Germain.